Let me show you what's happening. We have a HTML form that's going to be working with AJAX with fetch. So when we submit the information to the server, the browser doesn't reload.
Django, Python, JavaScript, tutorials for Jamie, this is Silver.
What the fuck, HTML?
There's only C.
Let's take a look on how to make post requests using AJAX in Django. I will be following this post in my blog. I'm gonna leave the link in the description because you want to follow from there. And I'm also using a basic Django project. Let me show you. It just has an index page, and there's a link for it in the description with the GitHub repository. So if you want to download it and follow from there, you're also welcome. Alternatively, you can create your own, and it's going to be just the same. Now, how can we start this? We will have to create a form in the index template. We're gonna add some JavaScript to it with a fetch to the server, and in the server we will handle that fetch. Okay, going to open the project in VS Code. Let me see. Open folder, desktop, my site. So that's the name of the project, and it also has an app named Pulse with an index view being served at the root. Here's the class-based view. It's returning an index template, which is here. So that's about it. So let's create a form. Okay, we don't need the action, actually, but we do need the method, which is post. And let's give an ID to this form. Now in Django, when you create a form, you need to add the cross-site request forgery token for security reasons. And from there, we can create our inputs. So let's create at least two of them. Can name param1 and param2. They are of type text. And one last for submit. So type submit. And let's add a value so it shows some text saying submit. Now, from HTML, that's it. Let me save it and open the browser to see how it looks like. It's just a simple form with 3 fields or 2 fields in the button. Now for the JavaScript, we will need to create an event for whenever this form is submitted. We can already do that. Let's see, document get element by ID, and in here we pass the ID of the form, so my form, and we add an event listener saying that when the form is submitted, we will run this function. With event as a parameter. Okay, now end it with a semicolon, and now we know that every time that we submit this form, the code inside here will be executed. One thing that we want to do when we are using AJAX or fetch is to prevent default. This will make the browser not reload when we submit the form, which is what we want. So the experience of the user goes a lot smoother. Now, after that, we want to retrieve or collect the information of the inputs into an object, a JavaScript object. So we can do something like this. Let's make it const form data is equal to a new form data, and this, which stands for the form, okay, that was clicked. Now the fetch is the function that's going to communicate with the server. So the class-based view is being served at the root, and we need to pass in the method to fetch. So the method is post, and the body. And for the body, we assign the form data variable, which has the information of the inputs of the form. Okay. Now, after this, after we fetch, the server will reply. With it done, we can collect the response. If we execute another done, we have now the response in JSON in the next done, and we can print it. Let's print that in the console, and at the end we can use a catch in case there's an error for some reason, then we catch it in here. All right, for the JavaScript and the HTML, this is all. Now we need to prepare our class-based view to receive a post request and handle this information. So let's go to views, and in there, let's create a post method like this, post, and have some parameters in request, self request, args, and keyword arguments. I'm going to create a Python dictionary, and I'm going to say that we will return this dictionary in JSON response. So just like that. And now we need to import from Django.html JSON response. Okay. Now what we want is, let me go to the browser, is to receive the values that we type in the inputs in our post method. Right now, it's already triggering the post method. We can see in the command line, but how can we collect param1 and param2? It's quite simple. It's just like a normal request. Create a variable for param1 and go with the post. This uppercase post.get, and then you pass in the name of the input. Okay, so this name refers to the name of your input field in HTML. That's how they reference each other. And we can do the same for param2. And let's print it just to make sure that everything is working. And let's experiment that. As you see, the browser doesn't reload anymore, so it's a lot smoother. One final part again, and if you've seen the previous video just for post without AJAX, it's going to be the very same thing. If you want to reply with data to the client, you can add keys to the Python dictionary. So it could be message, some message from the server, or it could be some variable. So context, let's create a key for param1 and just pass the variable. Do the same for param2. Going to open the console, like inspect console. Let me clear that. And when we submit, we see that it goes to the server and the server is replying back to the client with the same values. Okay. There we go. This video is for AJAX with post in Django. I hope you like it. Let me know if there was something that I missed that you want to know better, or there's something that I didn't mention. And bye.